All right, guys, we're back here on Southeastern 16, presented by FanDuel. This challenge has become a challenge now, Max Barr. We're all tied up. The SEC with a 3-0 start to the night. Not gonna be honest with you, Max. It's not looking too good in a couple other games right now. Just gonna tell you. But we're gonna go with the facts, and the facts are the SEC's won the first three tonight to get us back to even. But we said we had an hour of negativity this morning to start the show. And Max texted me and said, should we do something tonight? I said, here's what we're going to do, Max. We're going to do something tonight if Arkansas beats Louisville because we need to pick me up. Little did we know, Alabama was going to pick us up too with a 90-84 win against Clemson. LSU, still unbeaten, going to go into Boston College and get an overtime win. I know everybody's going to tell us how great that win wasn't. We're taking it right now. We're taking anything we can get in the SEC. So, shout out to the SEC tying this thing up. Don't know if we're going to win the challenge, Max. These last four games are going to be a challenge. I can already tell. But we'll take it. How about them Hogs?
We will take it. We will take it. Come on in, folks. Come on in. Come on in. There we go. We haven't been able to do this yet, Blake. We haven't been able to do this yet. Every time we're doing a reaction, it's not very exciting. Yeah. So,
every
hey.
reaction we've done. Oh.
There we go. We got a big one. Bang. 3.5 point underdog for the Hogs at home. Oh, don't be disrespecting the Hogs like that. I mean, it was testy there for a little bit. It was testy, but man, what a first half from Trevon Brazile, just knocking down shots, throwing down alley-oops, grabbing offensive boards. How about all the bigs? I've been one of the tougher guys on Malik Ewan. 9 rebounds in 18 minutes, 12 points, looked good. 7 of those rebounds were offensive, creating extra opportunities. Man, we've been a little bit tough, a little bit hard on this Arkansas front court, man. Did they show up today? They were the difference, Blake.
They were. You guys show up in the chat. Rusty's here. He's excited. And the Hogs get a big win. Most importantly, perhaps, Max, we both picked the Hogs to win, and they won. We need that. We've been struggling with these challenge predictions, but 89-80, Arkansas gets the win. We're going to tell you all about it in a second. Remember, head over to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Get your officially licensed stainless steel drinkware. Every SEC school is there. Over 350 more universities as well. Go check out the great stuff they got there. Stainless steel sippy cups, tumblers, 40-ounce bottles, shaker cups. They got it all. If you want your Arkansas gear, head there now. SE16. SE16 is the code, 20% off. They may sell out after tonight of Arkansas gear. They may not be able to publish. They may just have it all sold out. The Hogs are back. So, here we go. 89-80. Arkansas gets the win. You went exactly where I was going to go. I think we said in the preview, we did. Talk about the challenge. We challenged the front court, and we weren't the only ones challenging the front court. I think we said this was going to be that kind of game where you wanted to see how this group performed in a big matchup like this. Knowing kind of the issues you were going to get with Louisville. They were going to shoot the rock. You needed to rebound well. Arkansas wins the rebounding battle by 10 here. They grabbed 18 offensive rebounds. Malik Ewan with 7. Oh, Malik Ewan, he's back, baby. He's back. So, he's back. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 7 offensive rebounds. Trevon Brazile, the MVP of the game, 21 points, went 8 of 11 from the floor, 3 of 4 from 3, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. Had some big play, a big block. He only had 1, but that was a vicious block this man had when Louisville was trying to make a run there. Acuff, not his best shooting night, but goes 17 with 10 assists in this game. Malik Thomas doing his thing with 17. Billy Richmond, the man, just lighting up the scoreboard again with all kinds of stats. 10, 4, 2, 1, and he did everything. A total team performance here from the Razorbacks.
I have never heard a color commentator bark on a broadcast before. Billy Richmond had Jimmy Dykes roughing.
Hold on a second, Max. What's that you say? Did you say he had him barking?
You did. God, you had that. I forgot you had that. You got to put that thing away.
Wow. Barking.
That had me dying laughing. I'm like, did Jimmy Dykes really just start barking for Billy Richmond because he's being so much of a dog? Yeah. Hey, I don't blame you. Okay, that's what watching Billy Richmond play basketball does to people. That's what happens. The other thing, 8 of 37 from 3 for Louisville. We said in the preview, hey, it's going to be tough all season to predict Louisville games with how high volume their threes are going to be. Some nights they're going to look like they're unbeatable, making close to 20, and then some nights they're going to go 8 of 37. But Blake, this was no 3-point variance. Hey, how many wide open threes did the big, not the big three, but like the best three shooter, the Mikal Brown, Isaac McNeely, Ryan Conwell, out of those 3 absolute snipers, there wasn't many shots where it was like defensive breakdown, wide open, and then they're like a 45% shooter and miss. That 3-point defense was fantastic all game.
Yeah, that was the difference, is they just were relentless in terms of making it tough on them to make shots. Yes, there were some that Louisville missed that you're like, yeah, they may make that another time. They didn't make it tonight, like you said. Between Conwell and Brown, I mean, they go combined 5 of 25 from 3 in this game. But Arkansas, you could tell from the start, they had the defensive assignment. They knew what they had to do, and they came out and they executed the game plan. It should have never been in doubt that Louisville was going to make a run. I mean, they're just kind of too good of an offensive team to not. But, every time it felt like somebody's making a big shot. And, Acuff came down, made some big shots. Thomas made some big shots. Billy Richmond had some big plays in there. And just keep going down the line. That's why Arkansas won, is because, it was all these different guys that stepped up. And that's where, again, to see Brazile and Ewan especially have a game like that, rising to the occasion in what felt like your biggest game of the season to this point, that's what gives you the confidence if you're an Arkansas fan. People have picked on you, us included, about, oh man, those close home games against Samford and Withrow, I don't know what to make of this team. And I said in the power rings this week, I said, I think I'm still a little higher on them than most people are, but I understand if you want to push back a little bit because they've had the close games at home. They couldn't finish it at Michigan State. But then we said, I think, earlier this week, they looked better against Duke. I know they lost the game, but I think you could tell that they're learning from some of those, I don't even want to call them struggles. They won 2 of those 3 games in terms of the Samford, Winthrop, Michigan State trio. But I think you can tell that they've learned a little bit from, that. And you're seeing this team grow. The more they get, more experience together, the chemistry's growing. And then tonight, you just saw them put it all together. And I think the best thing to me is like the fact that Brazile was the guy, because, I mean, that is your most experienced player. He's the guy who's been there. He came back for a reason, and, he steps up again in what that is now your biggest game of the season because it's the next game. But that was a must win, it felt like, for Arkansas based on losing the 2 previous games and having a chance to win both of them. And what a response from that team.
That's the Trevon Brazile playing at his best. That's the Trevon Brazile that Cal took to SEC Media Day and said, I expect double-double out of him every game. This is the Trevon Brazile we had first team All SEC 2 years ago. You're seeing it now. He's playing with confidence. He's taking those open threes. And then even when he doesn't have an open three, he's hitting you with a nice pump fake and making a play. He's not timid with the ball right now. It feels like for the first time with Brazile on Arkansas, he knows his role and he's buying into it. It felt like that 2 years ago, he didn't really know what his role was. Was he more of like a wing slasher type of guy? Was he supposed to be a stretch 4? Now it feels like Brazile knows his role and he's thriving in it. Another thing, Blake, one more reason to be really encouraged. You're getting nothing from Carter Knox offensively. He's adding in hustle plays, few offensive rebounds, tough, versatile defense. Carter, able to switch at 220 pounds, but 7 points in the past 2 games combined. You're doing this who we thought was going to be one of your best offensive players, one of the better offensive players in the conference, giving you really nothing right now. That's not going to last.
And I was going to say, I'm trying to, and I want to pull this up here to make sure I have it right, but did his points not come like pretty early. He scored with 17:09 to go in the first half. And then, I was going to say, I thought he scored on back-to-back plays. He scored at 17:09, then he scored at 16:15. And that was it.
Yep.
That's wild, isn't it? Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm like, this guy had back-to-back big plays in the first half when the game started and then didn't score again. Yeah, that's not going to last. I'm telling you, I think that the consistency will be there. I think right now it may be just one of those things where he's figuring out his role on this particular team. And, it's an adjustment for him too, right? Think about the role he was in last year to finish the season versus now. Let's call it what it is. There are two guys you want the ball in their hands as much as you can right now, and that is Acuff and Thomas. And in this game, it was Brazil. Get the ball to Brazil. So I think maybe it is kind of that adjustment for him. And struggling to kind of make shots consistently a little bit, but I think he's going to be okay. I really do. And maybe doesn't, we talked about like expectations coming this season. Maybe Carter Knox doesn't have to be a guy that's scoring 14, 15 a game. I don't know that he'll have to be on this team because I think Acuff and Thomas will more than carry the load. But that is kind of a scary thing to think about, though, is he's still going to have some of those games where he goes off. And I think, too, they on the broadcast, I think they showed the stats, right? And it's specifically in the games that they played against good competition, right? I mean, he didn't score against Michigan State in 18 minutes. He had 2 points against Duke. And now it's like, well, they only had 5 against Louisville. But he's still doing some things to make an impact on the game. And I think that's where, like, you see guys start to settle into their roles a little bit. I think we'll get there by the time we get to SEC play with him.
Yeah, I agree. When you're looking at the analytics real quick, 2 games ago, going into that Jackson State game after the poor performances against Samford and Winthrop, going into that Jackson State game, Blake, 43rd. Guess what they are right now after a 9-point loss on a neutral to Duke and then beating Louisville by 9. They were 43rd before these past 2 games.
Did they jump up like 10 to 33 or something?
28.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, it's November, or early December. We only have 4 weeks a game, so the data moves quick. It's not the end all be all, but this is a team that is rapidly improving, and the numbers are there to support that.
And they were 45 in the net, and again, I hate the net. We all know this, but they're going to jump up considerably in that too, just by getting the win over Louisville, who I think was, let me find this. Yeah, Louisville was 10th in the net, so they'll move up a little bit there for sure. So, all right, the Hogs. Keep your questions, comments coming on the Hogs. $5 super chat.
Yep.
From Tammy here. How much you think this will help us? Well, people take us serious now. Well, they better. If they're not taking the Arkansas Razorbacks serious, something's wrong with them, because that's a big win. And I know people, that's what we do, right? You can't win sometimes. Well, Louisville's not that good. I think Louisville's pretty good. I mean, I'm just telling you. I think Louisville's pretty good. Let's not play the college football playoff committee last night telling the Vanderbilt Commodores that their win against Tennessee was crap, when in fact it wasn't. Let's not make any of those justifications, okay? I think Louisville's pretty good. And we'll see where the Cardinals wind up come March. They got a pretty brutal stretch coming up, by the way, too. I don't think I realized their schedule, but they've got Indiana, Memphis, and then Tennessee, which Memphis I think they should win handily. But the road game at Tennessee, we got that on December 16th. Game against Indiana will be interesting on Saturday. So, yeah. And then, I mean, look, that's going to be a great win. Like, this will wind up being a great win by the end of the season. It is right now. But, yeah, so if they don't take you seriously, get out of here with whatever they're saying. So, look at this. The super chat's just rolling in now, Max. Go ahead.
It's also the eye test. Like, some of these teams that are up in the analytics still ranked high, they have not looked like that ranking. The way Acuff is playing, the way Malik Thomas, Billy Richmond, the way the front court played tonight, I'm going to double emphasize that. They're passing the eye test.
Yeah, they are for sure. And remember, like we just said, I mean, they lost by 3 at Michigan State, and I railed on them for their bad possessions at the end of that game. Like, it wasn't good possessions, but like that again it's game 2. It's a learning experience in a true road game. And I mean, I think Tammy said it too. It's like, hey, look what Michigan State's doing to everybody else. right? I mean, Michigan State's 8-0. They've beaten North Carolina, Iowa, Kentucky, all by double digits. And when I mean double digits, I mean like 16 or more. So there's a game on Saturday, by the way. Michigan State, Duke. Tune in. That should be fantastic. But, so yeah, I mean, you're not going to knock them for that. In the Duke game, what do we say? I mean, they were up, was Arkansas up 7 midway through the second half? And I mean, you're not playing Cam Boozer every night. So you just got boozered. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Arkansas, good team. Good team. Maybe Max will move him up his power rings this week. Maybe the members will move him up power rings this week. We'll find out. Speaking of, quickly, there's a lot of you in this chat right now. The Hog fans are here for a little woo pig. Well, you guys can woo pig your way on into being a member here at the Southeastern 16 channel because you can be a supporter, MVP, or legend. And, yeah, support the channel. Lots of you guys have already jumped in. We got hundreds of members now. What an unbelievable thing, I tell you. Join the membership. You get free bonus content. We got our mailbag coming up tomorrow. That thing gets wild these days. We talk SEC sports. Anything else you guys ask us? It's basically an Ask Us Anything. You get that. We've got our review show coming up. Sam Smith has picked this topic, so the next person in line of the Legends, you're going to pick your topic as well. And, yeah, we got the video game stream coming up. We're going to pick a college basketball team / SEC team. We did the poll this summer, and Kentucky and Arkansas tied in the poll. Hundreds of votes. So we got to make a decision on what team we're going to start a dynasty with. Lots of fun stuff here. Become a member. Helps us out. All right. Look at this. A $2 super chat just to say, let's go Hogs.
There we go.
We'll say it.
Thank you.
We'll say it. We appreciate that for sure. Terry's all in on the Final Four run for the Hogs. They rebound and play defense. Send them to the Final Four. I'm all in on it right now. I'd run through a brick wall for this team at the moment. So we needed that. We said it. We needed that from the Razorbacks tonight. We needed somebody to step up and put in a big performance. That's what happened. Not happening right now for the Texas Longhorns. Let me tell you that. Oh. They're getting walloped by Virginia. The other games still in progress. We'll see how they turn out. But
Blake, I'll tell you what. I don't care what fan, who you're, how passionate you are, whatever it may be. If you do not enjoy watching Billy Richmond play basketball, you're lying. You are lying to yourself.
Be honest with yourself. Yeah.
You know deep down you love watching Billy Richmond play basketball. I had to finish with that. We had to give Billy Richmond some more love. Come on.
If you're an Arkansas fan in the chat, give us the little hog emoji. All right? Put that in the chat. If you love Billy Richmond, give us the hog emoji. It's not asking for a whole lot.
Might break the chat.
Might break the chat. You see a bunch of hogs going up and down the chat.
Lying, Donovan.
All right.
You're lying.
Donovan, get Donovan out of here. Well, Donovan, your team's going to need to step up a little bit. Max had him as the rock lock of the night, and so far,
we're just up by 10. What happened?
Yeah, they're down 1 right now. So, all right.
Let's get back to the positive.
Is it? Oh, look, Dark Ryan Day's here. Greatest profile picture of anyone in our channel. Couldn't believe the commentator said Louisville runs no plays except for 7 out of bounds plays. Did he say that? Did Jimmy D say that? I'll have to watch the replay.
Jimmy said a lot. Jimmy was barking.
He's too busy barking. All right. The Hogs are taking over the chat right now, but Donovan, yeah, not too great right now, but we'll see. Look at this. He said, you know what? No. I can tell you guys are about to move on to the next topic, but hold on just a second. Let's give you 20 buckaroos here.
All right.
Oh, Sofer. Can we call you Sofer? Sofer. 1972. Sofer. Safier. Any of those will work if you give us $20. We'll call you whatever the hell you want us to call you. For $20 around here. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
The greatest, the super chat streak just continues right along here. The Hogs are excited. Here we go. Holly, I'm sure, also excited about the Hogs getting the win. What do you think, Kentucky fans? We have a lot of you. This was a tough game, I feel like, for you to cheer for. Cheering for the referees is my guess. But one of those kind of games. Anyways. All right. Let's talk about Alabama for a minute. We'll circle back to the Hogs. Keep those super chats coming. Big Baller Brett got us a super chat. $1.99 to say Amari Allen's going to be a pro.
Brett.
He's already a pro in my eyes, Big Baller Brett. Amari Allen coming through big time for the Crimson Tide tonight. In a game where I think Max and I were talking a little bit earlier, off air here, and Max is like, I'm a little worried about this game. I'm a little concerned because I think this could be closer than the experts may think. 90-84, Alabama gets the win. They hold off a Clemson team that scored 54 in the second half. But Amari Allen was the story. 20 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. Aiden Sherrill, as noted in the chat, he just blocked another shot. Unofficial stat there, but he just blocked another one. The man had 8 blocks in this game, 10 rebounds, 5 points. The blocks. He should have been on my fantasy team. He's not. But Max, LeBaron Filan, I think that was a tied for career high, right? 29 in this one. But you had, once again, this was kind of like the team performance like we talk about with Arkansas. Like it was just a lot of guys contributing at key moments for this team. But Filan, Allen lead the way. Bowen with 11, Millette with 10, Jemison with 13 off the bench. He had some quality minutes at 3 threes. Perhaps a notable development here. We did get the debut of Jaleel Bethea. Makes his debut. Plays only 6 minutes, but he's back. No Aiden Holloway. That was disappointing. But the Tide get the win over, I think, a quality Clemson team here. We'll see what it winds up being. But, if you really look at it for Clemson, they lost at Georgetown, and then they lose at Alabama. Beat Georgia, who right now the Harlem Globetrotters. So, good win for Alabama. Good win.
LeBaron Filan is okay. I have a few things to say here, but one, I love when Ron Slice says Filan. Just gets me going every time. And it's coming, and it gets you going every time.
What's Ron Slay doing? Why has he not been on this show yet? Can somebody reach out to Ron Slay and say, what are you doing, Ron? You'd fit in great with our brand. Max will wear his headband too. It'll be tremendous. It'll be tremendous.
Filan. Get you going, especially when Ron says it. Anyways, he's incredible.
Oh, yeah, Bristow.
Would be my SEC.
Sorry. Also forgot to mention that.
Mention what?
What did Big Baller Brett just said? Why am I blanking on it? I got another tab open.
Bristow.
What did Big Baller Brett just say? Bristow, that's right. I forgot to mention he didn't play either.
Yeah, that was if it went south, if that 19-point lead completely evaporated and then they ended up losing the game, I could already feel the fallback to, well, we didn't have Bristow, Aiden Holloway, we didn't have our Latrell Wright, so we didn't have our guys. I could already start feeling that fallback, and then LeBaron Filan says, nope, not happening, taking over the game, and his offense was just incredible. It was just a night of a night of SEC front courts that we've been tough on, that have risen to the occasion. Now, the first 10 minutes of that second half, that got punched in the mouth a little bit. I mean, the Clemson bigs, there's a reason I was a little bit nervous. RJ Godfrey 6'7", then Whalen 6'10", Welling 6'10", Davidson 6'10". Got a lot of size that's played a lot of basketball. All those guys are upperclassmen. I was like, this might get a little tricky, but Aiden Sherrill protected the rim when he needed to, and London Jemison, I think is going to, it's not just the Amari Allen show. London Jemison is saying, don't forget about me. I'm also a freshman, outperforming my preseason expectations. I thought that was Jemison's best game.
Yeah. No, he was really good. Again, he didn't have to play a lot of minutes to make a big impact, and made some big shots. I think again, this was kind of the game that you mentioned it. It was going to be tricky, I think, for Alabama, especially when you knew that they were going to be missing key parts of the rotation. He got Bethea back, but like we said, he didn't play much, and probably not surprising there. But to still find a way to win it, that's what matters, right? For a team that's been through the gauntlet so far on the schedule that they played, Alabama's played 8 games this season. They've played now 5 teams in the top 25 in KenPom, right? In those 8 games. There's no one else that we've talked about in college basketball, period, that's played that. And so to find a way to win, like that's all that matters right now. And that's what we said this morning. Like we sounded like the negative people, but when you're putting together NCAA tournament resumes, these games matter. The committee doesn't just throw these to the side. Like these are important games, and especially this year where the ACC is improved, and we've seen that already, through one night. You got to find ways to win these kind of games. Especially again for an Alabama team that went a very solid 2-2 in those first 4 of the gauntlet. Now you get a win over Clemson. You still got the Arizona game. So yeah, man, I was very impressed with them holding on to win this game because, like you said, if it was one where Clemson comes back and wins, man, the disappointment you're feeling, knowing you're missing some guys, but at the same time, you're like, it's a missed opportunity at home. But Alabama finds a way to win, and yeah, the offense just keeps doing its thing, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to outscore teams now up to number two in the nation in offensive efficiency with the 10th fastest offensive tempo. Only 9 teams are playing faster right now, and only 1 is more efficient. You like watching up and down hoops. I mean, how are you not turning on Alabama every time they're playing? I mean, they haven't scored under 90 points.
Yeah.
They had all year. They've played the Zags. They've played Illinois. They've played St. John's. They've played Purdue. The Purdue game. They scored under 90 once. No, twice.
85.
Jeez.
85.
Darn it.
You're looking at it. I know what you're doing because I almost did the same thing.
Green.
And
I'm at the green.
so that you're looking at the green. Yeah.
Every time they score 90, they win.
That's a fact. That is a fact. No one can they can't deny that. That's a fact right there. Absolutely not debating that.
When they win, the number of how much they score is on the left, but when they lose, it's on the right.
Yes.
I'm just looking at the left column. We don't care about the right column.
Oh boy. All right. So yeah, the Tide. Clemson plays BYU, by the way. On Mike, like there's some big games coming up. So that's an interesting one too. If I'm Alabama, I'm rooting for Clemson in that one. Don't know if they'll get the win, but yeah, good win for Alabama. I think we're going to look back and realize that was just a hard-fought, gutsy win, missing some key players, and the Tide keep rolling right along. Right now, UTSA on Sunday, up next for Alabama. UTSA, Max, I'm going to give you the connection there. Austin Claunch is the head coach, of course. So there is, a connection, a reason why they're playing this game. But UTSA currently holds wins this season over Biblical Studies, Southwestern Christian, Denver, and Georgia Southern. So that's worth noting heading into that game. At Alabama, minus 30 in that matchup. All right.
I think the line will be more like minus 35, to be honest.
All right. Well, give me them plus 35 then. Okay. Sophia, 1972, has gifted 5 Southeastern 16 memberships. 5 of you just became supporters here at Southeastern 16. And you know what? Hey, I'm in the giving mood as well. So you know what? Why don't we give out 5 memberships as well? Right this second, impromptu, on the fly. Let's just give out some memberships here too, Max Barr. Yeah, I don't have that sound effect. That's on you. Here we go. We're going to send out 5 free members, 5 people becoming supporters here at Southeastern 16. Remember, these are free. If you want to upgrade to the MVP, that's where you get all our bonus content for only a couple more dollars a month. Here we go. 5 memberships coming on out here at the reset of this show.
Who we got?
It's going to be JDN, Courtney Miller, Joe DC, Michael, Cannon, and Sven. Sven's back.
There we go.
Sven is back. What time is it, Sven? You're still far away, aren't you? What time is it there? All right. 5 new members are joining. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff here.
You love to see. That's 10 new members in the blink of an eye.
Speaking of the blink of the eye, the Dance King is back in the house. Haven't seen the Dance King in a while. You can be dancing right on in as a king if you go buy some new jewelry. Because the Yearly Company, Nashville-based fine jewelry brand, built on tradition, designed for meaning. Unbelievable stuff they got there. Solid 14 karat gold, natural gemstones, backed by a lifetime guarantee as well. They got a lot of great stuff coming up this month, and we're going to tell you all about it here in future shows. They got some really good stuff in December. But remember, every yearly company bangle, custom size, you got to know the size before you order. They're going to give you 100% off on that sizing kit. Use the code SC16KIT. SC16KIT, 100% off. It's free, complimentary, whatever word you want to use. You're not paying a dime if you put our code in there, SC16KIT, over the yearly company. Get some shopping in right now. Sophie A. Back again. Sofer. 5 more memberships handed out. This is incredible. An incredible night here at Southeastern. The MVP right here. MVP. I wish we could give you a free upgrade to the MVP or legend, but we just can't do that on YouTube. But you guys need to be upgrading to the MVPs. We got bonus content coming tomorrow. Live show coming tomorrow as well. If you want to join us for that live mailbag, you got to upgrade to the MVP. All right, don't forget about the ROKFORM as well. ROKFORM, ROKFORM.com, the world's strongest magnetic phone case, extreme protection, super strong magnets, rock lock, secure mounting, Max's rock lock of the night. Auburn, about to head to half against NC State, up a couple, 2-4, something like that. Mississippi State's up 9 at half against Georgia Tech. Vanderbilt up 10 at SMU, at home against SMU. I'm not going to say anything else about these games because I don't want to put the jinx on it.
Say another word.
I don't want to say another word about them. We'll say it tomorrow morning, but I don't want to talk about them, to be honest with you. So that's where we're at. But you need to be heading to ROKFORM, SEC25, 25% off, SEC25, ROKFORM.com. All right, Tammy's a new member. Appreciate that. It doesn't tell us, by the way, what tier you've signed up on. If you are getting the free membership, you're just a supporter, but that is very valuable to us. That means you're supporting the channel. Tammy signs up as well. Tremendous stuff. Just an unbelievable group of people we got here. So, all right.
Do we know who Sofair gifted? Do we know those 5?
For some reason, it doesn't tell us on what we're looking at here, and I don't know why. Actually, you know what? I can tell you right now. Tuna's House got a gift membership. Lulu Blue, Dude Loop Noob, Master Chief, and Jeremy. They all got memberships. And don't forget, he also gave out 5 more earlier, and let's just quickly read those members. I can't find it. Senior Josh got one. I know that. Chris got one as well. So everybody else, congratulations on
there we go.
Your memberships.
There we go. Welcome.
All right. Undefeated still are the LSU Tigers because they went to Boston College and said, we're coming back with a win. It wasn't always pretty. It went to overtime. Should not have went to overtime, but I don't care. They're 8-0, and they got a 78-69 win at Boston College. Denton Thomas, 23 points, 7 assists, 2 steals, 4 rebounds. The man is just tremendous, not just for the LSU Tigers, but for my fantasy team. Markel Sutton played all 40 minutes, and this is where I think things are going to get interesting for LSU, Max. This was a rotation. They had about 6 guys, and you had 6 guys play 25 or more minutes. King, Carter, Reese all played 6, 7, 9 off the bench. But credit to LSU. They didn't have a good shooting night, 3 of 19 from 3. But they found a way to win. And I think that's all that matters. And like you mentioned earlier, like just a gut-wrenching injury with Jalen Reed going out for the season. And to come back, to find a way, that's all you got to do. Find a way to win. I said this would have been the worst loss for any SEC team had they lost on the road to Boston College. It doesn't matter if it's pretty. They won the game. LSU's 8-0, heading into a huge game on Sunday against Texas Tech.
Yeah, if you lose a guy like Jalen Reed, who's extremely important to this program, especially after what happened last year, and then you're going on the road and dropping a close one, that's tough on a locker room. I don't care who you are. That's tough. That is a tough pill to swallow. So to even though they were about I don't know what minus 330 on the money line, I think about a 7.5 point favorite, to have to win in overtime, you would think disappointment. You first game without Jalen Reed after that news, and you're able to win one. Hey, good teams win, great teams cover, incredible teams do both. That's what LSU does. To get that win is everything, right? You would have liked to see a little bit more from Rashad King. The last few press conferences, Matt McMahon has been really high on Rashad King, likes what he can do, played 26 minutes last game. only gets 9, but he had to shorten up the rotation a little bit. Had to shorten it down. I mean, what else do we say about this group, Blake? I mean, they're the surprise of the league so far. They're up to 23rd now in KenPom. They've got a tough game against Texas Tech, but this is also a Texas Tech team that has shown a little chinks in the armor there. Only about a 76-72 win at home against Wyoming last time out. They've not looked like the Texas Tech of last year. So, hey, don't count out the Tigers.
Well, and look, people are railing on LSU in the chat right now. We understand their schedule's not been the toughest. They may not be a top 10 team in the SEC by the end of the season. But, folks, we got to take anything we can get right now. Okay? We got walloped by the ACC last night. We're going to take anything, and we're going to talk it up as high as we can. That's what we do here. We need something to lean on. And so, LSU, it is their highest KenPom rating since Will Wade's last season in 21-22. So, that's the highest they've been now. And I think Zach asked, why are they so high? I mean, honestly, part of it to me is just they've beaten teams the way they should beat teams. And like, this was probably the first game where you felt like they didn't actually do that. And so, I don't know, though. But I mean, it's just kind of, you keep winning, eventually your number's just going to keep going up. And when other teams in front of you lose, like, that's just how it works. So, yeah, they keep climbing. And I mean, their efficiency numbers have been really good. So that helps a bit. And as Holly said, perhaps KenPom giving him a little Lane Kiffin bump here. Could be. He may have a Lane Kiffin metric he's put in there. But Matt McMahon's not leaving this team in the playoff by themselves. I'll tell you that. He's going to be coaching them in the tournament if they get there.
Yeah, and well, it's looking like it so far. But to answer your question, Zach, like mathematically, how are they that high? It's because they keep covering the spread. The computer does not care if you cover the spread by 20 in the primetime game against the top 10 team in the country, or if you beat the spread by 20 against Alcorn State. You beat the analytical projection by 20 in both of them. And so they keep doing that. They keep really beating that analytical projection. 33-point win against DePaul. I think the analytical spread on that was the basket or two. So they're really outperforming expectation. It's not against top teams, no, but they're what the schedule that's in front of them. They're outperforming the expectation, and that's why they keep rising.
By the way, I was looking at something. So I'm on the net rankings on the NCAA's website, and it looks like they have a score that is backwards. And I looked at this score and I said, oh my goodness, Cal Baptist is beating BYU 63-39. And they have the score backwards. Like, they have, it's not right on their thing. And I had to go to ESPN. I'm like, wait a second. Are you telling me that BYU is getting hammered by Cal Baptist? Not the case. BYU's up 30 now in that game. So do not go to the NCAA's website if you want your updates on BYU Cal Baptist, which I'm sure many of you in the chat want right now. So, all right. Anyways, by the way, Kenneth asked earlier, why didn't he get a free membership? Kenneth, we don't get to choose these things. It's random. It's a YouTube thing. We don't get to choose it. That's all I can tell you. So, there you go. All right. Anything else on LSU?
Geez, no, I mean, no, I don't think so. I mean, we just got it. It's this Texas Tech game. We're going to actually be able to then really react strongly. Right now, they're just, every reaction to an LSU game has been, it looks pretty dang good, didn't they? Yeah, it's, there's, so kind of in wait and see mode until I really have a strong take on LSU still, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. All right, but you're not going to knock a team that's won every game they played so far, especially after a tough season last year. So, all right, Phillips here says that we're on one tab, Vandy SMU on the other. Also got the child watching the TV. You gotta prioritize sometimes. I understand. And I think, yeah, Max got the quad box going. My voice is going, as you can tell. It's going to be it's going to be gone by Friday. My voice is it's struggling. So we got to get that video game season starting soon. We got to get the mailbag in tomorrow. We got a lot of stuff to do for our members this week.
We do.
I hope I got a voice. All right, $2 super chat. By the way, some of you guys are jumping in for the first time in a while. Remember, we probably have some people who are here that we have known you before when your name was different on YouTube, but they've changed the whole thing now. So we don't know everybody the same as we used to. So we apologize for that. $2 super chat from TS here. Who's the SEC's best team right now? Well, Max, ask me in 16 minutes and 59 seconds after this Vanderbilt SMU game, and then I'll give you an answer. No, I was straightforward this week. On Monday, I voted Alabama at 1 in our power rankings. Max voted Vanderbilt at 1. Our composite ranking, adding in other staff plus our members vote, Vanderbilt got the number 1 spot. So it's up for debate.
I mean, if they're up by 10 right now, if Vanderbilt ends up winning by something above 10, something above 15, and you got an argument for them. But I'm starting to I voted I did Vanderbilt 1, Alabama 2. But given what Alabama's doing without these guys still, it's just it's dang impressive. And if you asked me tonight, even so, let's just say if Vanderbilt does go ahead and win comfortably here, they look good the last 15 minutes here, I'd still probably put Alabama at 1.
Yeah, I think that was I had Alabama 1, Tennessee 2, Vanderbilt 3, and I wasn't, of course, knocking Vanderbilt. I think I was just obviously impressed by some victories that Alabama and Tennessee had picked up to this point. But after Tennessee's loss to Syracuse, I think they've obviously got to move down. But, hey, if Vanderbilt loses to SMU, I think you got the clear one, and I think it's Alabama. So we'll see. That game, that game's far from over. You get Tolu out there making every shot under the sun, it looks like right now. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But, all right, let's continue on here. Any more super chats? Get them in. We got a lot of people in the chat tonight. I say we are. My voice is not going to hang on to the end of both of these last 3 games. So we're going to have to wrap that one up in the morning. On the morning show tomorrow, we'll talk about Vanderbilt, SMU, Auburn, NC State, and Mississippi State, Georgia Tech. We should all be rooting for a 3-0 finish here.
Yeah.
For all the ACC fans that came in yesterday celebrating all this other stuff. Oh, wait, I forgot there's another game. Maybe I did that purposefully. I forgot that Virginia and Texas are playing. I don't think we're winning that one because Virginia is up 46-27 at halftime. We're just going to act like that one's not being played, okay? The way I see it, what is it, like the NCAA, they don't allow some of these schools to officially transition to Division I until after like however many seasons. Yeah. We're going to say Texas isn't officially transferring to the SEC until after this season. So, there we go. Because that'll be year 3, right? So we're going to give them the 3-year transition period, all because they're losing to Virginia. That's the rule. So, Oklahoma, I think we expedited that
as well.
We expedited it for Oklahoma, but for Texas, we can't do that. So, all right, just kidding. Love Texas. Hook 'em, horns. Think you should still be behind Vanderbilt in the CFP rankings, but that's another show. Commodores, this lead slipping here. I'm gonna have to watch this. This lead slipping. All right, 1 minute warning, 2 minute warning, and we're hopping off. Any more super chats? Get them in. We're gonna answer this one real quick. Can Arkansas have 3 All SEC players? Well, they got 2 for sure right now.
Yeah. Your answer is yeah.
Yeah, I mean they could get there. Sure, absolutely. Sure. Absolutely. Charles here to say, let's go Hogs. Big night for the Hogs. If you're just joining in, we talked about them for quite a bit earlier. Go back and watch the replay. And, yeah, big win, as Richard said. Big win for the Hogs. The win of the challenge so far. So,
yeah, best one of the – I was just going to say that, yeah. Probably best one for the League of the Challenge right now.
I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming from Josh. I saw the comment the other day. Josh didn't really like me pushing Vandy as the next Florida. Now remember, Josh, we appreciate you as always. $5 super chat from Josh. I did say I think Vandy could be like Florida, not because I think they're going to win the national championship, but because They had a non-conference schedule last year that everybody was saying, I think they're a fraud. Florida was not a fraud. They went on to win the whole thing. But Josh is going to say Vandy's the Oklahoma of last year. Played no one in non-con. Now, see, that's where I'm going to push back a little bit, Josh, because Oklahoma did play some people in non-conference play last year. They beat Arizona, they beat Louisville, and they beat Michigan. So those were 3 top 30 wins. So I think my comparison to Florida, I'm still gonna stick behind that one, because Florida, Max, played North Carolina. That was the only team inside the top 70 that Florida played last year. So we'll see. But maybe Josh is trying to put the jinx on the Commodores right now. This lead's gotten down to 6. Josh knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing right now. So, all right.
It's interesting how St. Mary's falls into the played nobody category. St. Mary's on a neutral court is not a nobody. They're not a bad team, and to put up 96 on them is impressive.
Yeah, it's the way they're beating them. I think that's the thing. But like tonight, I don't know if they're going to beat SMU by 20. I don't like that right now. So, Josh, coming back at me. We love
that's
you,
what Josh
$2
does.
super chat. $2 super chat from Zach. Auburn needs your energy for the second half. Yeah, well, it's fading. It's fading fast. A walk on dirt here. $10 super chat. Great job, guys. January at the start of conference schedule, Arkansas will be on point. I think you're right.
There we go.
And that's listen, we were very negative this morning on the SEC last night, and I think rightfully so. We were disappointed by some of their performances, but we kept saying the same thing. Everybody is still a work in progress, even the top teams in this league. Again, if you want to rank, you could rank Alabama, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, whoever you want to rank at the top. These teams are all still a work in progress. Last year, I think you had teams that were a work in progress, but they were way further ahead. And we saw it play out that way, right? So I just think it's a different season, and you got teams that are adding a lot of new guys in. You don't have as much of that continuity that you had on some of those top teams from the year before. So it's taking a bit. But everybody, don't panic. No need to hit the panic button, except for maybe Kentucky fans. We told you to hit the panic button this morning. But don't panic. If you lose to Gonzaga, maybe panic. But I don't think anybody should be panicking right now, in all honesty, unless Mississippi State loses to Georgia Tech tonight. Then we're hitting the panic button on Mississippi State. But we appreciate you guys on the super chat. So
appreciate that.
All right, we do. We're just going to keep going here. You guys are asking some great questions.
This is great.
Let's go to this one from Brian. I didn't want to pop on here until I see what went down. Woo Pig, Brian says, I missed the pick show. Did you pick Arkansas or Louisville? We won because the big showed up. You're exactly right, Brian. A member here at the channel. You're going to be shocked by this, Brian. This is going to really shock you, so maybe I hope you're sitting down. We both picked Arkansas, which I know is a huge surprise. We have gotten many wrong this season, but we did both pick the Hogs. I was not, I think, as confident as Max was, but you should know by now that my picks are never confident in any way. But we appreciate it.
I liked this. Right. I liked the home spot, catching Louisville in there as a short road public favorite. It's a classic early December, late November spot for a team playing their first road game.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I just picked Arkansas because I didn't know who to pick, and I basically flipped a coin in my mind. That's my reasoning on that one. So, okay. Shout out to Russell, $2 super chat. Hogs rebounded well, avoiding the scoring droughts. Yeah, that was the case, and some of those are still going to pop up this year probably. But was very, very impressed, and that's why having more than just a couple guys carry the load is important. You could go here, you go there, big play here, big play there. You didn't rely just on Acuff and Thomas to make the big plays. Brazil was making them all night. Billy Richmond made huge plays. Ewan made huge plays on down the line. So, yeah. So, all right. Let's see what else we got here.
The was different in that aspect, Blake. With the scoring drought aspect. You didn't feel like that was going to happen.
Yeah, I know. By the way, didn't someone mention earlier Alabama had a scoring drought? They had a drought there for a bit, and they still scored 90. Incredible. Okay, we also got $5 coming in from Josh. How many years do you think? Hold on a second. Oh, how many teams? He corrected it. Okay, yeah, probably had a spell check there. Do you think can legit win the league? 6 or 8? Oh, I don't know if I'd go that high, Josh. But it's a great question. Let me look at this real quick. Maybe I will go that high.
Yep.
All
Give me a second.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you the teams. You got to pay extra for that. All right. In my mind, 1, 2. I'll be honest. I may drop a team that I did not expect to drop. 1, 2,
Yeah, I
3.
did that as well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm gonna say
Yeah,
6.
I mean, you got to throw them in there. This other team, I think you got to throw them in there right now. I'll go 6 too. I think it's 6. I did not expect to go that high, but this is why Josh is the best in the business.
Yeah.
So, best in the business at the Super Chat questions. I go 6. So.
Yeah, it's pretty open right now.
Yeah, I agree. Now look, I think some people would say 7, and there probably is a team we're leaving off here. And some of you may think you know which team it is. I don't know if it is the team. I think it may be surprising, may not be surprising on the team I would leave off. That would maybe not be one that some other people would leave off. But I still think, it's at 6 to 7 range. And that's where, look, if Missouri doesn't lose last night, if, I don't know, who knows? Maybe you throw them in the conversation, but I think after last night, it was disappointing. I don't think I can throw them in there anymore for right now. So
Give me a second. Just 2 more seconds, and I am pulling something up for you folks. There we go. All right. From FanDuel, here is your top 7, because after the top 7, the odd, there's a big drop off in the odds. So this is your FanDuel odds for regular season winner for the league. Alabama and Vanderbilt, 1 and 2. Florida plus 480. Wow. Kentucky is above Tennessee, Auburn, and Arkansas. Plus 500, plus 550. 13 to 1 for Auburn, 19 to 1 for Arkansas, 19 to 1 for Arkansas, Blake.
What are we doing? Now, this had to be before tonight's game. Go, listen, bet responsibly. It's late at night. We're not telling you what to do, okay? Except that 19 plus 1900 is not going to be there tomorrow. Ooh. I'm just telling you. It's not.
No, it will not.
It's not been updated. I'm fairly certain on that because there's no way Arkansas should be that much further down than all these other teams. So, And if you wanted Vanderbilt, you should have got him when Max and I tell you to get Vanderbilt long ago. Because this number, unless they lose tonight, I don't know if this number is going down all that much for a while. So you better wait on Vanderbilt. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Just for some perspective, it go after Arkansas at 19 to 1. Georgia is 30 to 1. Missouri is 35 to 1. And then A&M and LSU are both 40 to 1. Yeah. Rounding up if you wanted a little bit more of a long shot. But this is your top 7.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, I would not mind taking a flyer on both of those two at the bottom.
Yeah.
At those kind of odds right now. Now, we'll see if Auburn can hang on and beat NC State. But I think compared to I don't think there's that big of a gap between those two teams and those 5 in front of them. So that's why we came up with the number we did in terms of potential title contenders right now. So, yeah. Don's asking, where's Ole Miss? I got to assume Ole Miss is on down there after.
Ole Miss is 55 to 1. They are tied with Oklahoma for that's bottom 4 of the league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, a couple more Super Chats, and we're going to hop off. If you guys keep the Super Chats coming, we'll do this all night. But, I mean, who are we to stop if you're just going to keep sending us money? But we do appreciate it, of course. 9-time champions here saying Kevin Overton is the man. Right now, Auburn holds a 4-point lead. Overton has been balling out, 14-7 at the moment. Yeah,
he needed
pretty good stuff here. Needed it big time. Another $1 Super Chat here. Incredible stuff.
This is a record streak so far in the year, definitely.
We are. This is a highlight of the season. See what happens when the SEC wins? You want to see? Yeah, people say we're SEC homers. Of course we are. We need them to win. We got a business to run here. Are you kidding me? We're going to have all these teams losing. All right, Josh is back. Should I legit be worried about Nate Amon? I'm asking the same question. He's on my fantasy team. No, I don't think so.
Nope.
I just, like I said, I think I said this early in the season. I think they have to make sure every game that they mold their offensive approach around the stuff that can help him play to his strengths. And I don't think that is just him having to create everything on his own. I think it's, they've got to run some good stuff. And I'm not saying that was the reason why he was unsuccessful last night against Syracuse. It's had a bad game. And let's not act like he's had 7 turnovers every game. That's an outlier. Bad game. We get it. But I think he's going to be okay. I do. I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, because when you look at some of his numbers, the only thing that he's really struggling with right now, besides the turnovers that you mentioned, and I mentioned it this morning, is the 2-point percentage. Been really efficient and inefficient inside the arc. A lot of tough twos, which he can hit, but it's like, okay, you don't have to prove to anybody that you can make some tough twos. We need more efficient shots. But the encouraging thing there is he's 24th in the country right now in fouls drawn per 40 minutes. He's drawn a ton of contact, and that was the knock on him in the summer, right, Blake? Like, can he translate? He's tall and he's got like the NBA frame profile, but is he ready for the SEC contact? He's ready for the contact. He's having a tough time. Yeah, like you said, kind of with his offensive role right now. They're leaning on him one-on-one too much.
Yeah, I don't like the one-on-one idea, and that's what I think we pushed back on after the Duke exhibition. I said, if this is where they're headed, I don't like it because I don't think that's their path to success. So they're going to have to get more creative, I think, with how they use him, honestly. That's going to be big, Josh. It is. All right. Yeah, you talk about the stat where he's shooting 40% at the rim, and I think what the national average is like 62% or something. So way down. But, yeah. Probably doesn't get any easier in SEC play, but you got to find a way to fix that. Yeah. All right, 9-time champion. We laughed the other day. Of course, Auburn has hired Alex Golish, the Russian War Eagle, as their new football coach. And so we're getting all kinds of Russian chats now. And 9-time champion leading the charge here. The super chat equals victory. I keep saying I can't put any of this stuff on the screen because I don't know what it says, but I trust 9-time champion.
Yes.
I trust a lot of you, but I trust 9-time champion. So, all right. We're out of here. We got to go watch the second half of these games. We would stay on, guys, but my voice isn't going to make it if we stay on. So I got to let the voice take a little bit of a break. We're going to come back tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Give you our thoughts on these other 3 games. Virginia, Texas doesn't count. We're not counting that one. We're already throwing that one out. It doesn't count. We're talking about the other 3 games right now. Those are what we're talking about. Go Mississippi State, go Auburn, go Vanderbilt. We'll talk about Texas if we have to, but right now I vote no. Yeah, you guys are the best. And
you rolling end credits?
Oh, we got our end credits. Hang on. Don't leave yet. Some of you guys haven't seen this. Here we go. Let's give you our end credits before we head out. Beautiful.
Who made that?
That's the greatest track to an end credit video I've ever seen, courtesy of Max Barr. If you're a legend here at the channel, if you upgrade your membership to legend, you get to be in the end credits here. Thank you to all of our legends. Thank you to our MVPs. Thank you to our supporters. We got a lot more people joining the memberships after tonight. The super chats coming in hot. Bring them tomorrow morning when we have our show recapping these games: Vanderbilt, SMU, Auburn, NC State, Mississippi State, Georgia Tech. And that's it. All right. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Turn on your notifications. We appreciate you guys as always. The Hogs. Everybody else who won tonight. Thank you. We needed that. We needed a pick-me-up.
We did.
You guys are the best. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Southeastern 16 presented by FanDuel.